Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday, it's the 22nd of October, and with a calendar month to go until Farming Simulator 22 gets released, what a day we've had. Fact sheets, we've had information on greenhouses, and Giants decided today to just drop all the spare mods they had left over, I think. Updates today, the map Hoftalbauer by Kaz, KA77E. The John Deere X9 2020 US and EU series by SeviModding. The TLX 3500 series by 82 Studio. The Lizard Buggy Kart and Cross by SleutjesModding. The Lizard Quad Bear 350 4x4 by SleutjesModding. The Lizard D616 pack and Lizard D83 pack, both by Kashtan18 and The Flork. The Kongsgilder GXT 1305 by No Name LSMC, the Herculano trailers by Afargo, the Old Water trailer by Buggy, the Small Tools pack by Mikhail 6920, the Buildings pack by Mikhail 6920, and the Riverside Shed pack by Missy B. Have all had updates today. Now, I don't often do this, but these were significant, I think, or I thought significant enough. These are three or part of the updates. The first here being the TLX 3500 series by 82 Studio. Part of the update, and there's quite a few things updated, are these Prospector tyres and wheel setup here. We've got the Extreme bumper. I'm trying to remember if that was on the original version or not. But we've got the Prospector rear section to this. They hook that up. I think that looks absolutely fantastic like that. I do like that. We can open the back up like that. Straps on or off. That's a very nice bit of kit. I'm not going to go into, like I say, I don't, with the updates, go off and go into all the detail of all the change log, but I wanted to show these because I thought they looked significantly different that, with the extra bits and bobs that, yeah, very nice indeed. Next then we've got the Lizard Quad Bear 350 4x4 by SleutjesModding. I'm using one of these on Attingham Park at the moment. This has had a whole load of new tyres added into it, one set being these, and I would honestly suggest have a look because there are a whole load of new tyre options, and I think it looks absolutely brilliant like that. And then also by SleutjesModding, we've got the Lizard Buggy Kart and Cross by SleutjesModding. That looks like a little squashed mini Caterham, like the old Super 7s, you know. Yeah. Again, there's some fender options on this. We've got front cover section. Yeah, I just thought it was worth having a look. Anyway, on to the mods then. That was the updates. The mods then, we're going to start off with the Fendt cargo package by Bayern Agrar. 12.95 megabytes download. We have got the Fendt 4X and 5X front loader attachers. And then we've got a bucket and we've got a bale spike. The bale spike has the option of 3 prongs or 2 prongs if you wish. And there's a whole lot of colour options and stuff available on these two. You'll find them under front loaders. So the 4X is 11,000. That's, trying to find the slot count on that. 5 slots. I think they're both 5 slots. Options available. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. I think it's the same with the other one as well. Then we've got the cargo 4x75, 4x80, 4x85. I can't see what's that is changing other than that in real life those are the options it has available. And then the 5X, same thing with colour options, but then we've got the 5X85 or 5x90. Those are the two options on those. Now it does say the 4X is for Fendt's 300 to 500 series, and the 5X is designed for the 700 and 800s where applicable. Universal bucket, we can change the colour again to anything on that palette with the 1,450 litre capacity. And the bale spike, same thing with the colour options, but we can have it 3 spike or 2 spike if you're going to go for round bales. Those are the options on that. That is the Fendt cargo package by Bayern Agrar. Moving on from there. Now this may all come across as quite rushed because there's, like I said, there's quite a lot of stuff to get through today, and there's some real oddities in this one. Yeah, it's got me a little bit discombobulated, I think is the best word for it. The old wooden barn with shed is in front of me. This is my WylewiskoTv. It's 4.65 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. You'll find it under placeables and sheds, and it's 10,000 to buy and place. Nice little side sort of carport, covered shelter to one side. Oh, and that side as well, obviously. Doors. Nice sound effects, nicely detailed. Looks like a sort of that when wood starts to get a little bit older, it starts to grey a little bit. So not brand new, but not completely weathered. Lighting inside, got a light switch just there, and the door opens on the side so we can have it drive through, should we wish. Nice tile detailing on the inside as well, or shingles, I suppose. Yeah, tile shingles. So there we go. That's the old wooden barn with shed by WylewiskoTv. Next up, we've got the cow barn. This is by LangreoModding. This is 21.36 megabytes download. It is 21.36 megabytes, 37 slots. It will cost you 100,000, and you'll find it under animal pens. This will take 20 cows. This is your straw point, just here. Your dialogue box is this, has a marked area just here, with gates opening there. The detailing on it is brilliant, and you can see why it's 37 slots, because as we get up closer to it, the stonework and stuff on it, look at that. And it continues inside as well. I love the slatted door look too. We do have lighting inside, barrels and various different bits and bobs. So look in this direction, like I say, fantastic detailing. Cavernous inside here as well. If we come over to the ladder here and press circle, it unfolds the ladder and brings it out from the wall. Trying to climb that when it's against the wall is almost impossible. We do have a hayloft up here. It's not open to the outside though, but there's plenty of room to get wheel loads and various different things in here if you wanted to put bales up here. Although moving them around up here would be fairly difficult depending on the size bales you're using. Now, come all the way back round. We'll hop the fence. Come inside. Your water trough, water trigger point is just here. Your feed trough and trigger point is just next to it, with lighting in here as well. And we come out the other side. We've got our milk point just there, slurry point just there, and manure appears around the side there. I like it. Like I say, under animal pens, 100,000. That's a really nice building. Great detail on that. So there you go. That's the cow barn by LangreoModding. Moving on from there, we have this. This is the lizard Szypnic, yeah, by Petineri 111. 1.58 megabytes download, 1 slot on console. It's 4.1 meters wide when opened. It is a windrower. Small design, packed away neat and tidy like that for transport, for getting through narrow gaps, doorways, barns, buildings, lanes, whatever you want to be getting through. And then what we'll do is hook up. Now, the unfold process is a little bit slow. The animation, it's nicely detailed. I like the fact it doesn't suddenly go boom when they're all there. It kind of gives you that impression they're gradually being put on one at a time, which is kind of what you want. And then the whole thing unfolds. Turn it on. Oh, I've had it drop down, but there you go. 4.1 meter windrower. You'll find it under tools, and not surprisingly, windrowers. 5,500. Only requires 50 horsepower, and it will run at 8 miles per hour. No options available within. You just get it in that colour. Sort of slightly darker Krona. What colours really? Turn it off and disconnect. Fantastic. That's the lizard Szypnic by Petineri 111. Next we've got the Cultivator 13 Tine. When I saw the picture on the website, I thought, on the mod tab, I thought, oh, this is going to be a big one. Hey, for the weekend, guys, for the weekend, it's a 3-meter cultivator. What we've been waiting for. We haven't had many of these. I'm just trying to think over the course of FS19. We have many 3-meter cultivators. 9.95 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. This by SeviModding, AMModding, is it LangreoModding? I think it was LangreoModding. It is nicely detailed, it's nicely put together. 13 spring tines with a roller on the back. You'll find it under cultivators. 3,500 to buy. Only requires 80 horsepower, run at 9 miles per hour. There are no options available. It comes in that red. It should now. Cultivate 3 meters. There we go. Preparing that seed bed. Get into the habit. There's going to be a lot more of that on FS22. So that's the Cultivator 13 tines by SeviModding, AMModding and LangreoModding. Moving on from there, we have got the Lizard ST16000 seed tender, which is this one here. This is by Iceberg Burger 00. It is 5.9 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. It's a very long auger arm. Now, whilst it says it is a seed tender, and it will do seed and it will do fertiliser, 16,000 litres worth, of course, it is under auger wagons and it will take all the other crop types as well. We go to auger wagons, right at the very end, 22,000 to buy. Yeah, so it will take all the regular things that an auger wagon will take, so not just seed, but we can put it to any colour we want on that pallet. And then you've got the option of Nokian, Trelleborg, wides or standard tyres, Lizards, which puts it a little bit lower down to the ground, Mitas, and back to Nokians again. Those are your options. Let's hop in, start her up, open pipe, so L1 down on the D-pad, pipe slides forward, swings out, then drops down to meet the chute, comes back in again. Lovely animation on that. Nice height pipe, nice long arm. So I know sometimes when you have those bigger seeders and planters and things like that, and it's sometimes awkward to reach them to get things in. That's got a nice long reach on it. L1, R1 and triangle to unload. Fantastic. Pipe away. Yeah, nicely made, nicely detailed. Does the job. Fantastic. Next then, we have got the Petineri trailer pack. This is 8.55 megabytes download. It's by Team Modding ARG, SleutjesModding, Jonah 3D and ElPinix, I think it is, ElPinix. There are 3 in this pack. They are all 35,000 litre trailers. We've got a 2006, 2007, 2008. Each one is 10 slots for the first one. There's a double axle, a triple axle, and then the 2+1, which is the one I've got here. Options on all 3 are exactly the same with regard to colours and all that kind of thing, but I went for this one. I'm not sure why. We've got the option to tip, rear or grain door. I just thought that just looked a little bit different, made it stand out a little bit. Just me, I don't know. So under trailers, the Petineri 2006, 55 grand for the double axle. The Petineri 2007 is 60 grand for the triple axle, and the 2008 is also 60 grand for the 2+1. Like I say, all 3 35,000 litres, and we'll take all of those crop types down below. Options available. Zoomed in a little bit. Main colour. Now this is weird because the main colour at the moment is showing black, but the body is white. I'm puzzled by that. Anyway, so if I change the main colour, that changes the main body of the vehicle. Rim colour, does the rim colour. We've got a silver metallic, a chrome, chrome 2, black chrome, and then we go for other colours. If we switch it to a chrome, as you can see. And then design colour is the chassis. You can have orange or black. Black being the new orange, not the other way around. But it does leave the mudguards that same colour as orange anyway, so it's interesting colour choice. The wheel setup, we've got standard, hubcap 1, hubcap 2, and back again. Like I say, same options on all 3. Let's whiz back. Hook up. L1 and left on the D-pad opens the cover. Now, this is what I was going to show you. when you turn, it does this weird thing where the whole trailer leans. You see that? The trailer's leaning away, which is a bit odd. And I found that I took the corner tight coming out of the yard, and the whole thing flipped over on me. It's something. I mean, it's happened a few times in different trailers. I know they have suspension systems that do that, so that when you're turning a corner, the trailer naturally wants to lean out of a corner with the weight in it, so it kind of automatically leans in to prevent that from happening. But it seemed a little bit violent when I, maybe I just cornered too fast. But anyway, L1, R1, and triangle. Nice smooth animation. On the unload, not too fast. There you go. The Petineri trailer pack by SeviModding ARG, SleutjesModding, Jonah 3D, and ElPinix. Next up, we've got the Massey Ferguson S series. This is by Mert. 20.64 megabytes download. We've got 3 in the pack. We've got a 5S, a 6S, and a 7S. I've done them in various different configurations. We have got a black chassised one. We've got a new grey. We've got an old grey on there. Obviously, you can see different wheel configurations. Each one of these has the option on the front for weights going up. It's one of those, unfortunately, in the menu where it bounces around the little menu thing quite a little bit, but each one has a set of weights that goes all the way up with a 3-point link added in as well. We are going to have a look at the options, but we've got a lovely 5S drop nose. And I compared this to my other, the Massey over there, the standing game one, and the differences are quite stark actually. The lighting section across the front, the grille section is all open here. The actual hood section, bonnet section here is much wider on the S version than the standard version 2. Lighting rig is completely different. The cab seems a little bit wider and bigger as well, but definitely a drop nose Massey. And we move up the 6S and the 7S. This one I went for knock-ins on it. And then obviously the doubles all round on that with a weight rather than a 3-point link, but this will have a 3-point link. What I liked about this as well, all the way up to the 7 as well, we've got front loader attacher plus narrows. You can have narrows all the way up as well. And I think the maximum horsepower is 190, but we are going to have a look. But yeah, really nicely made, nice looking mods these. So the 5S is under small tractors. 85 grand for the base model. Slot count on that is 28 slots, which comes down to 2. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette. Main colour to anything on that palette, so you don't have to just go with, you know, sometimes you get Massey, you get a red, you'll get a black, you'll get a grey or a silvery grey, but that one you can change it to any colour you like, really. I will leave it on Massey Ferguson. Then design colour on this one is for the actual chassis. On the other ones, there are so many other configurations. It's on a different part of the menu. But on this one, that's for the chassis. And you see what I mean about configuration. So we've got, bounce back down again, 170, 280, 390, 500, 610, 720, or front hydraulic. Then we've got wheel brand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, knock-ins. On the Trelleborg, we've got standards, weights, wides, wide and weights, narrows, rear narrow twins, rear twins, back to standard. Under Michelin, wides, wide and weights. I think that's the only 2 options, wides and wide and weights on the Michelins on this one. Then Mitas, we've got wides, I think again, same wide and weights. And then under knock-ins, we've got wides, and I think again, yeah, wides, wide and weights. Then we've got fenders narrow or large, so depending on what you go for, you can extend the rear fender on that. GPS receiver, yes or no, if you want one on the top, just for the looks on console, obviously. And then we've got 105 horsepower engine version, 115 horsepower, 125 horsepower, 135 horsepower, and then back to, oh no, 145 as well, and then back to 105. So maximum on the drop nose is 145 horsepower. Then we've got front loader attacher, yes or no. Then for the next ones, we need to go up to medium tractors. So the 6S, 105 grand for the base model. Slot count on that is 30, which comes down to 2. Same options on rim colour, same options on main colour, but this one on design colour, I think it changes the grille. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, so that grille there in the front section is design colour on this one. So whereas the other one it was chassis, on this one it's that there. Then we've got same thing, go up through the different weight options, but I'm going to go back one because you can end up with a front hydraulic once you've gone through the weight options. I'm going to check the tyres because I think we have some different options on this. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas and Nokians. Standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights. Yeah, narrows on this as well. There's no rear narrows on this one, just rear twins, twins all round, back to standard. Michelin, standard, wides, wides and wide and weights, back to standard. Mitas, wide tyres, wide and weights, that's it. And then knock-ins, standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, back to standard. Then we've got the chassis change on this one. So black, new grey, old grey. Then design narrow. This is this is weird actually because narrow rear fender or narrow rear fender and GPS. Then large rear fender and GPS. So I think it's just they had to try to work out the best way of making all these options work for all the different options they want to put on. And then we've got the 135 horsepower, 145, 155, 165, 180. And then front loader attacher, yes or no. Then the 7S, 120 grand base model, 30 slots comes down to 2. Same on the rims, same on the main colour, same on the design colour. It will do the fins on the front. As you can see, went for green. Same for the configuration, it goes all up through the weights until you get to 3-point link. Then under the Trelleborgs, we've got standard, weights, wides, wide and weights. I like the fact you've got the 7 with narrows, that's great. It's a nice horsepower and nice size tractor with narrows. Rear twins, twins, back to standard. Michelin, standard, weights, wides, wide and weights, back to standard. Mitas, standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, and then knock-ins, wides, wide and weights, back again. Then again, chassis, 3 different options on the chassis. Design, narrow, narrow with GPS, large, large and GPS, back to narrow. Then engine on this one, 155, 165, 180, 190. I must admit, I thought this one would go up higher, the 7. Considering the 6 goes up to 180, I thought the 7 might go above 200 horsepower, but it only goes up to 190. And then front loader attacher, yes or no. Quite a few different options. Let's jump in. Doesn't really matter, really. Let's jump in this one. Nice looking tractors. Very nice. Nice bit of lean on the turn. Horn, beacons, lights. Nice lighting rig on that. Interior, nicely detailed. Mirrors all seem to be functioning very nicely. And I think we've got, double check, L1 and right stick up and down opens the left door. R1 and right stick up and down opens the right door. Then L1, R1 and right stick side to side opens the rear window. And that's the same on all 3 models. Nice selection there in the Massey Ferguson S series by Mert. Which brings me on to the last of the mods, and this is the Oddity. To say the least, there's some strange options on this, and I think one of them might not be working, but we'll see. This is the Lizard GHRE75 by Holzs FS. It is 32.6 megabytes to download. We've got a tractor unit, which is the GHRE75 itself. We have then got a trailer, which is this is sitting on. And it goes onto there, no problem at all. I drove around with it a little bit and it didn't seem to move or anything at all. Because of the size of the tyres bouncing up onto there, it didn't really have a problem at all. There was no issue getting it onto the trailer. There's also a sprayer bar, which this one's got on the back. There is a fertiliser distributor, which does fertiliser or lime, which is that one there. And then there's a seed distributor, which is that one there. These will both distribute to 12 metres. The sprayer bar will go out to 20 metres, I think it is. But as you can see, there are bags and there's an IBC and there's all sorts of stuff. So when you load this up, that back bit on there is flat. There's nothing on there. So you can load the actual seed spreader up, but then you can add seed in bags onto there, which it will gradually use. It's articulated. It's very, yeah, it's an unusual bit of kit. Now, it's designed primarily for working in rice fields, those kind of things, areas where it's flooded, hence the reason why it's so high off the ground. And this kit comes with everything you need for sort of doing the work. The trailer comes with nothing on it initially. That IBC is sitting there, but that needs to be filled, which you can fill from IBCs and various different things. And then when you add the seed or fertilizer or whatever, the bags will then get added on. So when you're using this in the field, you can come back to the trailer and you can refill whatever it is you're using, which is all very nice. I do like that tired option. It's again, with the mods we've had recently, it really stands out. It's something really different, and I really do like that. So this you'll find under, I think it was small tractors. So the GHR E75 is only 40 grand, 75 horsepower, and it has an 800 litre capacity, and that's for the bags that go onto the back of it. So this is how it comes normally. Has a flat bit on the back, and then obviously when you put whatever it is you put in, the bags will appear. Main colour, we've got green, we've got grey, or we've got a black. So it changes the chassis and the wheels. We've then got exhaust standard, which is the one we've got at the moment, or a direct, which is a shorter straight through. Then we've got wheels Model 1, Model 2, which puts these little fins on the side. And then we got, hang on, and then we got Model 3, which gives you the tyres. Actually, I prefer, if we put that back on green, they sort of stand out a little bit better. There we go. So those are the options for the base model itself. If we then come out of there and go to Tools and Miscellaneous, we've got the sprayer bar. The sprayer bar is 5 slots. Did I say what the slot count was on the tractor? The tractor's 13 slots, sorry. The sprayer bar's 5 slots. 15 grand, 800 litres. So you combine, well, this is the one that's a little bit weird. I'll show you in a minute. The transport trailer's 8 grand. That's 7 slots. Now that has a capacity as well, because that will take, it will take liquid fertilizer or herbicide. It will do lime or fertilizer in bags. It will also do fuel as well, which I haven't put in there actually. Now options on these, there's no colour choice on that. We can change the main colour of the trailer if we want to. Then the seed distributor is 5 grand, like I say, 12 metre spread, 800 litre tank on it already. That'll do your regular seed types. It won't do planter type crops as well. Main colour, red or white, and then the chassis, the framework on that is green, grey or black, a bit like the tractor unit itself. Then the fertiliser spreader will do fertiliser or lime. Same colour options on that. And then design colour again, like so. So those are all the options, all the various different things. Now, it was a bit peculiar, to say the least. What we'll do is, let's hop in this one first. It looks fantastic. The articulation on it is great. It's a strange looking thing. L1 and circle, we can raise and lower the sprayer section, spreader section. So this has got seed on at the moment, and it's on wheat. There we go. It's odd. It's a strange thing. But oddly, hang on, why is that not? We're not losing any. Lift it? Turn on seed distributor. That doesn't appear to be going down. Now, is it because it's not cultivated? Let's try it over here and see if it works. These don't go very fast either. The top speed on these is fairly slow. But then now I decide to be sloshing through mud and stuff, aren't they? There we go. Now it's spreading. So it was kind of showing it was, but it wasn't. So it's not a direct drill, obviously. It's just broadcasting. So it needs to be on a cultivated section. Now it's going down. That makes a little bit more sense. So let's turn that off. Horn. Lights. Inside, first person. Slightly tinted windows. It's a little bit darker in here. Nice bit of sort of bouncer movement. And we do have on this the, where is it? Switch to that. Right, L1, R1 and left stick opens the rear window and the side window. If I disconnect that, the bags go. Oh, that's interesting. So I put that back on. Oh yeah, they are still there. That's... So whilst it is still saying that it's still holding 800 litres of wheat, they're not showing until I put that back on. Curious. I mean, see what I mean about it being an oddity? It's certainly an interesting thing. Now it has got a thing that says not load. Press that, it says to charge. I found when I was putting seed or fertiliser in, it needs to be on not load. There's one that says pipe in and pipe out. I haven't been able to figure out what that does at all. It says there pipe out, pipe in. Nothing's moving, so I'm not quite sure what that does. It's an odd one. Let's turn it on. And we are fertilising. So that will do lime as well. Both out to 12 metres. Fantastic. The one that's got me a little bit stumped, and I think there may be an issue with it. It might need an update. Because as you can see, we've got fertiliser, fertiliser. We've got seed with seed. This one, let's just hop off the trailer. Now, when I got onto it initially, it was actually it was attached to a vehicle. But as you can see, when you get to it, getting onto it, it doesn't push the trailer away. It's not a problem getting on and off. It works really well. And like I say, this trailer will come with no bags on it. That will be there, but it needs to be filled. So at the moment, we've got liquid fertiliser and we've got, I think I put seed on there as well. So you can refill from this when you need to. What I will do, now that is saying liquid fertiliser and seeds. So the spray bar, let's just disconnect the spray bar from the back. So that's disappeared. So that is now saying that's holding 800 litres of seed. I could not, for the life of me, get it to put liquid fertiliser in. I tried from IBCs, I tried from the Buy Anything silo. If I put that back on again, the tank appears because you put the sprayer on there, but it won't let me put liquid fertiliser or herbicide in. So I think that might need a tweak. But the sprayer bar opens out to 20 metres. We can raise and lower the left side. We can raise and lower the right side. Pretty sure. There we go. Left stick side we can raise and lower the whole assembly. Let's turn it on. And away we go. Does the job. I'd like I say, I think it looks fantastic. I prefer it with these wheels rather than the conical ones. But if you're working rice fields and stuff, that's great. If you were doing something like corn or something like that, they are fairly narrow, and I don't know, this is just a cool looking bit of kit. But I think it may need a bit of a tweak potentially, because this situation here with not being able to put, because having seed on that doesn't help me when I've got the sprayer section on at all. Now what should happen is I should be able to fill up. Now, do I need to be above it? I can't remember how it said we needed to do it. I don't think that's going to want to know, is it? Pipe out? Not sure. It's supposed to refill from the trailer. Curious. Pipe out. So it's not giving me the option to... It's not saying I can refill. You're supposed to be able to refill from that trailer. But anyway, yeah. It is an interesting set. It's an interesting concept. Because I like it. But it may need a little bit of a tweak. So that's the Lizard GHRE75 by Holzs FS. And that's it for the mods for today and indeed this week. Unless, of course, we get any surprise ones over the weekend, which sometimes it does happen. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. MrSealyp merch is available if anyone's interested in picking up something MrSealyp related. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.